Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. This is a tragic case of a 5-year-old girl, precious little girl called Summer Moon Uterus. Summer was reported missing on Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County, Tennessee, Rogersville. This happened on the 15th of June 2021. Today is the second year anniversary of missing Summer Moon Uterus, its missing report. An Amber Alert was immediately, now an endangerment alert was put out for Summer, and after the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, who work with foul play, human trafficking, gang-related crimes, etc., serious crimes, and foul play, especially when they were notified out of Summer's disappearings and the missing report, they went on the 16th to speak to the family, to the parents, Donald Wells and Candice Bly. Immediately when they spoke to them, they raised the endangerment alert to an Amber Alert. An Amber Alert is the highest alert you can get, especially when somebody's life is in endangerment or in serious bodily harm. They usually put out an endangerment alert when it's usually connected to a vehicle, but not always. Summer Wells' Amber Alert is still out there. Up to today, it's still active. Nothing has changed. Candice Bly and Don Wells are still making themselves a nuisance on TV. They don't seem to have any care in this world, just like Nicola Bully's case that Paul doesn't show any empathy. These two parents have never showed any empathy for their 5-year-old daughter. Summer is not only the person missing in this family, the other missing people, like Summer's auntie, Rosemary Bly, who is still missing and is still registered missing in the FBI list on the Wisconsin missing list. Rosemary Bly was Summer's aunt. That means Candice Bly is younger sister. She was just in her early 20s when she was reported missing. She had two daughters, aged 1 and 2 years old, I believe, young daughters. She was going to meet up with a cousin, but she was later on found, her car was found abandoned near a truck. You know, where these trucks meet up and all to change clothes and obviously to park and eat and such things. I keep on forgetting what the names are called. Someone will definitely tell me. But that was the last place her car was abandoned and was found. There's been rumors from Allison. We've heard all kind of rumors, and we've heard from Allison, that is Hunter's mother, Allison saying that Candice has confessed to us that she buried her sister on the front porch of their house, the early house in Wisconsin. We don't know how much is true, how much is false, because let's not forget that Allison and Hunter, Allison's friend Leslie, and Allison's grandmother and mother, Sherry and the grandmother, they all were too deeply entangled in this whole web of lies of Hunter, Allison, Candice, and Dawn. So we don't know how much they're making up and how much is true, if you'll understand what I mean. It's sad that 2 years has gone and this family, the parents of Summer Moon Uterus, has only been distracting us. The sheriff said that all of them are people of interest and they all are suspects. That should be enough for us to understand. Do not believe in Don Wells' theories, his lies about the dogs got a scent from the dog trail and all. They did something to Summer. It's very important, like in mental health counseling, like I keep on saying, we do a case study, we have to go way back. Candice has had two other children before. Her two older children is a daughter called Candice Flora. Her daughter should be 18 years old now. Her daughter and the daughter's brother, that's Candice's other child, the oldest son, Andrew. She had those two children not from Dawn. She was only 19 years old, from a man who was 41 years old, who was on bad drug addictions. He used to domestically violently assault her, trigger warning. And he beat the boy who was 2 years old so badly that the boy has brain impairment. This is really sad. So I don't understand how these parents were allowed to be raising Summer and her three brothers. It is such a sad case because I'm sure so many people of Summer's neighbors like Jody Sue Brown were aware of the situation, but nobody did anything. Everyone let poor Summer just live in her struggles, live in a little mind of all the evil and cruel things that were happening to her. Candice said that the basement door was locked, but we heard that from David Dodson that the boys told him that the basement door was locked here, and he said that the basement door was locked. But according to Candice, she's trying to sell us this theory that the basement door was open, that somebody came from behind and abducted Summer, which is untrue, which is false. Their house, even the location where it's located up the hill, it's very difficult for anyone to come up there. So I never buy these people's stories. I've been watching them. They're just like Paul, They've never searched. Like Paul has never searched for Nicola, they have never searched for Summer. They've had 2 years, they've never done that. All they're occupied with is drinking, drugs, entertaining the people on YouTube channels, going up to each and every panel, saying a lie to a worse lie than the previous lie. The sad thing is that I don't understand why Tennessee is taking so long to build a case against these evil people. They should go in for child negligence, child abuse, and child endangerment, child negligence, and child abuse. And for murder. It's just that we can't find Summer's body. But let's not get diverted. Let's not get confused over here. There's nothing confusing about Summer Moon YouTuber's case. This is foul play. We are talking about two criminals, the parents who've always been running in the hands of law, running into trouble. They've had domestic violence incidents. Candice has called the cops many times saying Don has hit on her, which he hasn't, or maybe he has at some times. They have been taking law enforcement and the CPS of Tennessee as a joke. It's so sad that it costed Summer Wells his life. It could have been, this is my theories and thoughts, this could have been a pure accident that turned into a cover-up, just like the Nicola Jane Bully's case. That's what I personally believe. If not, this could have been, I don't believe in the abduction theory. I can believe possibly that it could have been human trafficking, although I hate to say it because the state of Tennessee has high statistics in human trafficking. Tennessee and Ohio and Florida. So what I believe is it could be either human trafficking, it can be foul play, whichever way of foul play, because the reason I say human trafficking is, do not forget, Don Wells said on the Behavior Channel that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the TBI, asked him if he had any drug debts. So they assume since he had drug debts, maybe that he sold Summer, which is very possible. The TBI was working closely, not only with Tennessee Borough, not only with Hawkins County Sheriff, they were working with the FBI too. We don't know what they have done to Summer, where they hid Summer's human remains, or if they actually sold Summer, or if they told some family to hide Summer. Because this family had allegedly serious cases and they knew the children would be taken for them. Dawn Wells has said many times, I have 7 alibis. Candice has none. She's going down. we should take them very seriously. Because let's not forget, in the timeline, it was Candice who had Summer lost. Candice and her mother, that is Summer's grandmother, Grandis, Candy Hero. Nothing is right about this case. That poor little girl did not deserve. Every time you see her face, you can see she's bruised. She has black circles around her eyes. That is what is so touching about Summer Moon Utwell's case. That they're actually so-called parents there that are loved to be looking after children, period. The very good example of that is, look at the Wells case, how they treated Summer and the three brothers, the other three sons. That was luckily taken by them. Summer saved them. And if you look at it the other way, just look at the parents. They're never sober. They're always drunk. They're always lying. They're always partying or something. You saw Candice was never searching, neither was Dawn. They were busy playing jokes with Benny Keys. How could we forget that? And with Ernie Shell. But we've heard that Dawn used to have a bath with Summer and certain things trigger warning, which is actually very uncomfortable for me even to repeat it, but that is a big part of the case to see that what Dawn Wells is capable of. His own sisters have a pending case with the feds, the federal court in Utah, because he was trigger warning, molesting, and doing bad things to his stepsisters when they were 5 years old and he was 14, 13. He admitted it by saying we were playing house. So do not feel sorry for Dawn Wells. When Dawn Wells wants to start entertaining people, he starts using the N-word. And I, as a colored person, have noticed that. Dawn Wells, if you're listening, go find Summer. Where is Summer? You shouldn't be out on the streets because you're a danger to other children. This has nothing to do with colors. And then he turns around and says, oh, I use the N-word because anyone who's dumb is the N-word. This man is obviously a very sick, nasty man. And so is Candice. They've never paid attention to their children. The 3 boys have been taken by the state of Tennessee 2 years ago after Summer went missing. Don has a gag order. He's not allowed to visit his children. Since he's been arrested for 1 year because of the DUI, drinking under the influence, and when he's come out, he hasn't changed much, although he's trying to be a saint now, but it's a matter of time before he relapses. I don't wish that for him, but I know Don. Don has to be an antisocial personality disorder kind of person because he shows a lot of symptoms of that. When he was a teenager, he burned down his father's farm. That's arson with animals in it. He's been doing bad things to his stepsisters, abusing his authority that he was older than them. Just like Jessica, what was his name? Lissick, the one from AWP. Don was doing the same thing, and strangely enough, both those 2 cases are in Utah. So this is really sad. This is not something that we should being entertaining Summer Wells' parents by bringing them up on panel. That is disrespecting Summer. If Don and Candice had anything new to say, they would have said it a long time ago. It's just that the law hasn't caught up with them yet. Hopefully they are going down like the West.